Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thanks so much for joining me. Today I get to share with you a project for Gerda Steiner Designs using a brand new stamp set to the shop. Now this set came out about a little over a week ago, but it is so cute. It's called Deeply, and I fell in love with the submarine on here. It's basically an underwater ocean kind of a theme stamp set. There's sentiments in here like how about some vitamin C, S-E-A, cute. Also, a sentiment that says deeply grateful for your, and then there's two different parts. You can add friendship or kindness, and then there's a sentiment that says see you soon. So we're going to make a fun card today. We're going to stamp out our images. I got to stamp the submarine, and then there's a cute little big-eyed fishy in there. I'm going to stamp him. There's also a little porthole. One is empty, and then one has a little teddy bear in there. I stamped both of them, and then I wanted to add an extra fish. So we're going to stamp that same little guy a couple more times. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to take the porthole, not the one with the bear in it. I'm going to take the empty one, and we're going to place that on our acrylic block and stamp that on our submarine. So it has a little window in there. Okay, once our images are stamped, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to play a little bit of music for you. I'm going to color them in, and then when I'm done coloring, I will get you back. Okay, coloring is all done. Now I'm going to use my scissors, and we're going to fussy cut out each one of our elements, including the window inside the submarine. Now I'm not sure if the Gerda Steiner shop has coordinating dies. If they do, I'll link them down below in the description area. Circle dies would work if you have one that would fit. I didn't. I had one that was too big and one was too small, so I just used my scissors. And the cut line wasn't very clean, so I cleaned it up with my black marker. Once we have that done, we're going to add a little glue behind our submarine and add a piece of acetate. Now we're not going to make a shaker card, but I wanted to give the illusion of a little porthole window. And so we're going to just trim that down. I think it looks cute. Now this little piece I fussy cut out inside and outside, and I did the same thing with my marker, but I cut a super duper thin strip of foam tape and added that around the circle just so it would pop up on my submarine, giving it a little bit of dimension. So now we're working on our background panel. I'm taking a large circle die and I'm cutting out a partial circle. I have that left side with a straight edge on it. I'm placing that in my MISTI, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment that says deeply grateful for your kindness. So the first part I'm going to ink up with my VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and then the second part we're going to ink up with some Distress Oxide ink. I wanted to add a little color to my sentiment. So we'll just place our kindness on here. Now, the reason my panel is sticking inside my MISTI stamping tool is because I sprayed it with some Pixie spray. Pixie spray is a light tack repositional adhesive for stencils. In fact, that's what I use for the stencil that we're going to use in just a bit. But I sprayed it on my laminated grid there, and it worked great for holding down your paper, guys. So if you want to check out the pixie spray, I'll link it down below. But I'm masking off just below my sentiment with some Post-it tape. And now we're going to bring in a wave stencil. And I sprayed that pixie spray on the back of my stencil, and it sticks really nice. And it's washable, I believe. So yeah, with soap and water or alcohol-based hand sanitizer. So that's pretty neat. But I'm doing a little ink blending with my tumbled glass Distress Oxide ink. I'm lowering and shifting my stencil. I'm using my new blending brush here and just adding a little bit of color. I'm going dark and then light, and then we'll shift our stencil and then add a little bit more ink. So we have different color of waves basically. And I'm going to continue down my entire circle panel here. We're just going to lower it a little bit. Add some more of our ink. Do our little shading. I think the top wave area was the darkest compared to the rest. So I'm going to really add a little bit extra color on the bottom portion of my circle. Okay, once this is done, I'm going to remove my Post-it tape. And I think that looks really fun. I love the soft blue here. Okay, we're going to flip this. No, we're going to actually grab our little elements. Let's build our scene. Now I wanted the little teddy bear to be inside my submarine. So I'm going to use my tape, kind of position him behind my submarine, and then tack him down. And I got him a little crooked, so I'm going to straighten him up. And then we'll flip over our submarine, and I'm going to add some foam squares behind here. And then I'm also going to add some foam squares behind my little fishies, and we'll add those as well. Okay, now we'll flip over our little panel. I cut a piece of fun foam out with a slightly smaller size circle die. And I'm just going to use my glue to add my fun foam behind my panel. And then the area that's overhanging, I'm just going to use my scissors and trim that off. And then we'll take this and then add a little more glue, and then this is going to go directly on our card base. My card base is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch top folding white card base. And we're going to place our straight edge all the way to the straight edge of our card base, and then in the center. Lovely. I think that little portal window is so cute. Okay, now I want to add some bubbles. So these are clear bubbles. I'm going to add a few just above my little fish, and then one next to my little submarine there. And then I thought we were just missing, my submarine was really standing out, and I wanted it a little more balanced. So I'm going to bring in some black and white baker's twine. I'm just going to slide it through the inside of my card, and then I'm going to tie a bow to the right of my card here. And I think the black and white just helps balance everything out. I'm just going to trim the tails of my twine, and then we're going to straighten them up a little bit. I'm going to trim them down just a little bit more. And then that finishes off my card today, guys. It's super cute stamp set. Again, it's called Deeply, and I'll link it down below if you guys are interested in it. But love this. I hope you do too. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys. I wish you a fantastic day, and we will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.